Once again, greetings. Today we are here for our lesson number 8. If you recall the previous class, we talked about tenses and how a given word can be changed into the 12 forms, 12 shades of timings in a sentence. I gave you the example of connecting 3 words and making them into 12 such sentences. I see a dog. And this sentence could be combined in such a way that it gives all the 12 possible tenses. Probably I also gave you a homework to go into your English for Nurses book from page 95. It gives in detail, elaborately, the structures of tenses and even their uses. If you have done that, today's lesson will be very easy. Let's take the same, following the same line. Today I give you actually homework which you should do after this class at your desk to see how you are able to frame 12 tenses out of a given verb. Let me write 3 words. Sohan drive a car. Obviously, the 3 words are there. Among them, this we are going to use as subject, this we are going to use as verb, and this we are going to use as object. Now you have to be very careful. Suppose we have to write this in present simple tense. In present simple tense. In that case it becomes Sohan drives a car. Now the verb now has taken one S. This is because Sohan, the subject, is 3rd person singular. Naturally you will ask, which are the 3rd person singular? Other similar words that are 3rd person singular, it can be name like Sohan, Anita, the word he, the word she, the word it. It can be animal, let us say the dog, a cow, whatever. All these are 3rd person singular. This is present simple tense. For present, we can make continuous. Here again, Sohan. This part is very important. Because it is 3rd person singular, we put is. S connected verb. Sohan is driving. Sohan is driving a car. And this S makes it 3rd person singular, is driving present continuous tense. We can have perfect tense, perfect, present perfect tense. How do we make it? Sohan, have group, but there is a S connected word, has. Sohan has driven a car. The has makes it third person singular, and the combination has driven, past participle, makes it perfect tense. Similarly, for perfect continuous, we will say Sohan has, because it is third person singular, yes, connected verbs, been. Sohan has been driving because it is continuous. The continuous is indicated by ing, be group and ing. Sohan has been driving a car. If you quickly recall the key part, here only the verb, here be group and ing. Here you will see have group with past participle, and here you will see have group, been and ing. So this is how we make present simple, present continuous, present perfect, present perfect continuous. I am not immediately going to do the past and the future for you. That is something you can do at your desk after the class. Okay, this is one combination, 3 words. I am giving you, if you want to call it homework number 1 or assignment number 1. For assignment number 2, I am giving another combination. Let us take the same word, Sohan, and I. This time I have given a subject that contains 2 words. You have to make up your mind what you are going to do. And the verb you choose as go. The 3 forms of go, went, gone. Suppose you need to add ing, going. Right, there you have the 3. You have to combine them and make them into 12 tenses. Tenses, 12 in number. And this is what you will get. By that, you will become quite familiar with all the tenses. Now I continue. I told you even the other day, all these 12 tenses are not used at the same time when you are speaking or when you are writing. We use just any of them. And for that purpose, you have definite rules. When to use a simple sentence, simple tense, when to use, let us say, a perfect tense, when to use a future, etc. This is an important lesson. Very often students ignore this part because it is slightly lengthy and boring. But then once you master this, you will have command over what you are speaking and what you are writing. So we will call this topic use of tenses. Meaning thereby how we are going to use each tense. We have to talk about present tense. And present tense, symbol. Present symbol. In present symbol, first I give you an example. She takes milk every morning. She takes milk every morning. If you observe this sentence very carefully, this is third person singular, there is S connected verb, this is subject, this is verb, and that is object. All that is very clear. And still, this particular every morning tells us she takes today, she took yesterday, she is going to take tomorrow. It is a everyday affair. If that is so, you call it habit. So therefore we say, whenever you are talking about a habit or habitual action, we use it in present simple tense. Let me give another example. Water boils at 100 degree Celsius. That's simple, very easy, and all of us have learned it in school. Now, this verb is put in present simple tense, boils, and we know now it boils at 100 degree. 10 years back it boiled at 100 degree. Even after 100 years, it is going to boil at 100 degrees centigrade, Celsius. And that being the case, 100 degrees centigrade. And that being the case, therefore, such is called universal truth. Therefore, when you have to present a universal truth, you use present simple tense. There are many sentences. Say, for example, the sun rises in the east. This happens every year, every day, day after day. It is a universal truth. So we'll always use present simple tense. Let me give another shade of the same thing. Honesty is the best policy. Now here where is the verb? Is. Yes, connected verb. Third person singular. And we are used present simple tense. Why? This is a universal principle. It is a universal principle. And when you are talking about proverbs, old sayings, wise sayings, all these deal with what we call universal principles. In which case, again, we use present simple tense. Just to give another example, union is strength. And that is another universal principle. Right. Let's go to, this is the first use of it, habit. This is the second use of it. Now I am going to the third use of it. I am writing a sentence again. We go to Mumbai this evening. And from there to Delhi next week. What's that? Very carefully. We go to Mumbai this evening and from there to Delhi next week. Where verb is here, go. It is used in present simple tense. What's the reason? because it is a part of a program that you have prepared. You call it itinerary. It is a part of an itinerary or a program, a travel program. It involves planning, it involves schedule or a timetable. This is in the mode of a timetable. So whenever something is of a timetable, you put it in present simple tense. Let me give another example. The next bus to Aligarh leaves at 5 in the evening. The next bus to Aligarh leaves at 5 in the evening. I am using the verb leaves in present simple tense. What is the reason? Because it is part of a timetable. It is a pre-planned and decided schedule, a timetable. And that's the reason we use in present simple tense. Then there is a whole lot of what I call them words of perception. Let me give an example. I hear the fan over my head. I am using that verb here. I hear. Here is a sense perception. See is another sense perception. I feel warm is warm. Feel is a sense perception. So we have 5 senses. There are a number of words related to them. These would be called words of perception. Not only do we feel through these senses, we have also certain internal perception. Like for example, I think, I understand, I follow, I suppose, I know, I hope, and many other words. All these would be called words of perception, and they must be used in present simple tense. So I am putting here words of perception. So perception does not mean only the physical senses, but also the internal senses like hope, think, and so on. There is one more rule associated with it. I will write the sentence first, and so that you will be able to understand. Alexander waited. Here comes Porus. Alexander was awed at the sight. Look at that. I said Alexander waited. He is waiting for Porus to be brought. Waited obviously is past tense. We are dealing with the present simple tense, remember? And then here Alexander was awed. He was awed. He was filled with great respect. Both of which are in past tense. But right in the middle of it, I wrote, here comes Porus. To the entire story, when I say here comes Porus, it gives a sense of reality. as if the whole scene is taking place right in front. And therefore, when I suddenly switch over to present simple tense in a continuous story narration, we call it historic present. Meaning, to make an action more realistic to the listener, we put it in present simple tense. We call that role historic present. This is about present simple tense. At least minimum these 5 rules you must keep in mind when you are using a verb in present simple tense. Okay. Thank you.